Alright, good day and welcome to my first video done on my own, without anybody else recording, just me recording on my own, all unnecessary details, of me playing games. I am Osei. You may know me may know me from my political writings, or you may not know me at all. Either way, we're going to play some video games and enjoy ourselves. And the volume's a little too high right there, isn't it? Okay. This is my first time doing such videos, and I hope to make a good impression, make entertaining quality Let's Plays and other videos of that sort. I guess if you couldn't tell, my first foray into this realm will be space pirates and zombies. And bounty hunters! It's a game I've played before. It's an indie game, and it's pretty fun. You can't tell by the violent explosion that just occurred in the upper left corner. And this will be my second major playthrough. I tried to start one a couple of months ago, but I just got bored. But now that I have purpose in making this, I'm gonna try and enjoy it. I'm trying to be quirky and zany. What? Quirky and zany. Make random Star Wars and Star Trek references, and I think ultimately what we're going to have is a good time. So let's enjoy the opening cinematic. Or let's create our galaxy. I completely forgot about that. Let's see, I've only played it on normal before, so let's try veteran. Expect many tears from me. Let's see, let's regenerate this now, based on that. I'm going to increase the number of stars. I can't quite remember how I caught sight of this game. I seem to recall that it was by Steam, and the concept seemed interesting. So, with that said, now let's enjoy the opening cinematic. Or we can load. Starting up trouble. That is not heartening. Not heartening at all. Oh, here we go.
Space is a vast and desolate frontier, covering a seemingly infinite distance. Even the speed of light is dwarfed by the unimaginable scale of our galaxy. It took nearly 250 years to bridge the void between Earth and its closest neighboring star. Mankind had mastered the folding of space-time, but relied on the use of warp gates. Massive drone ships journeyed through deep space for centuries, deploying pairs of warp gates which allowed instantaneous travel between connections. Warp gate travel had not become commonplace until the discovery of a stable element, number 126. This element contained bizarre, transmutable properties, allowing it to be reconfigured into different forms of matter. This made it the most valuable and sought-after commodity in the universe. Mankind quickly became completely dependent on element 126, which the first miners named Res.
That was a vaguely melodramatic way to say res.
Due to the increasing demand for Res, the Warpgate network became privatized. Anyone with ample funding was able to deploy new and unregistered warp gates. Like a new gold rush, convoys of miners traversed the expanding warp network looking for Res deposits. This drove them closer and closer to the galactic core, where Res deposits became richer and richer. A growing number of isolated colonies became unmanageable. As the unique ecologies of each discovered planet intermixed through trade, potential pandemics became a concern. The United Terran Alliance was formed to control interplanetary contamination. They moved to heavily restrict gate access. Military blockades began to screen all trade ships traveling between gates, attacking any unregistered ships that attempted to use them.
I gotta say, I kinda dig his accent.
For a time, the UTA was able to maintain control, but they soon crumbled under the weight of rapid expansionism and bureaucracy. Unable to manage their fleets and borders, the military hierarchy collapsed. Without central leadership, the UTA fleets dissolved into a series of isolated subcells that rarely communicated or traveled beyond local space. Each military subcell now struggles to control their systems by whatever laws they see fit to implement.
And as you can see there, that is the woes of bureaucracy. Joy.
Despite the enforced isolation, rogues continue the gold rush while refugees amass hidden away from the UTA's eye. They survive within the vast junk fields of an abandoned Earth. There they build a massive flagship named the Clockwork. With it they intend to travel to the galactic core in search of a legendary motherlode of rares.
Oh boy. Incidentally, as you may have noticed, we kind of live in a... Well, actually, the characters live in a sort of crapsack world where the law sucks, reality sucks, everyone sucks, essentially. You'll see why. You'll see why in a bit. Okay, folks, it's that time again. This will be our 7th engine test this week. I don't want to go to bed with radiation burns again tonight, alright? Let's get those You said it very matter-of-factly, Don. I find that unsettling. Anyway, let's get those puppies fired up good and proper this time. Yes, well, you see, we're lucky the toilet's even flush on this brick. I could not live on it, clearly. I've managed to bootstrap the inductions coil to the main core to boost output. I don't expect it to maintain a viable reaction. Nuclear particle physics and duct tape do not mingle well, yes? Carl, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Just turn the bloody thing on. I'm sure this is going to end well. See? It ended well. That was supposed to happen, right? Damn, the magnetic stabilizer's blew. We have major breaches in decks 6 through... What did I just say? Damn, the magnetic stabilizer's blew. We have major breaches in decks 6 through 10. Our escort ships are gone and we're venting atmosphere. We have crew casualties. Oh, crewmen can always be replaced. The ship damage, on the other hand... Well, I told you that the piece of junk wouldn't hold back an overload. Did you honestly expect any different? Look at what I have to work with here. The blown stabilizer system will have to be replaced before we can even think of trying this again. It's a common part. I'm sure there's another one in the junk field somewhere. We still have a working hangar, so let's fire up the fabricator systems and build a ship to retrieve it. Push space to build a ship. Huh, look, all the little people is kind of floating around out into space and violently exploding and going still. Kind of gross. Alright, let's see. Right here. Hangars. This is stuff I've done before. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's just build your first ship. Okay, hangar. Empty hangar. Then we click on the short bus. I'm not going to repeat that joke. The short bus is a tiny mining ship designed to break up small asteroids for processing. It has little value in combat, but its almost non-existent production costs makes it a reliable fallback ship. And as you can see, it has its little... oops. Stop it. Okay. As you can see, it has its little stats. It has very little hull. It has a lot of hull mass, incidentally. Very little hull strength, but a lot of hull mass. Not very maneuverable. Doesn't have a lot of crew. But it's a massive amount of cargo capacity for a tiny ship. So we're gonna build that. It'll come automatically equipped with small mining lasers and small tractor beams. And we're going to build this now. Okay. And auto-constructed. And now we get to fly. You can see the instructions down there, but I actually know that, for once. It's not one of the few things I haven't forgotten. Yes, I know to fetch the part. Jeez.
I sure hope you're paying attention. There will be a quiz after.
I really hope there's not a quiz robot voice. What am I doing again? Nearly everything of importance is marked with the radar, allowing you to see when it's off screen. Radar indicators will be pinned to the edge of the screen, showing you direction. I know that already. You get confused yet? I know. I never... Oop. Darn it. I was playing Magica over the weekend, and I'm used to its control scheme, so I just clicked instead of using the keyboard to move. I don't know why. Alright. Well, that should fix the stabilizer, but the overload compromised the structural integrity of the ship more than I initially thought. We can't jump with a breach like this. I've written up an extensive list of repairs that will have to be satisfied before I conduct another test. Meanwhile, I'll be in my quarters. Let me know when you're done cleaning up your failure. Oh, you've got to be kidding. I really do hate that man. They're going to need to replace more than just one ship if you expect to cork that hole anytime soon. That's unfortunately easier said than done. The hull damage vented most of our res supply. We even lost all the damn liquor. We need to restock before we can build more ships. There's a mining station in the system. Elsa, you've worked with the miners before. See if you can convince them to let us harvest in our territory. Okay, let's check out this mining base. I know I said that with an accent. Marked location. Jupiter, mining station. This is civilian headquarters for the system. A mining base will sell you res in exchange for goons. For the record, that description appears for every single civilian headquarters, so... I won't be repeating that ever again. Okay. I contacted the mining base. They're all drunk on industrial paint strippers, so it wasn't too hard to convince them to let us harvest some res. We'll have to be careful around here. The mining base is automated and won't think twice while slicing us in half with that mining beam. Let's siphon what we need and move on. Your prospecting request has been granted. Please refrain from tampering with the automated mining systems. If you happen to be exposed to the vacuum of space, please proceed to the nearest eye wash station and rinse thoroughly. Thank you and have a pleasant day. I'm not sure if an eye wash station is going to really cure being exposed to vacuum. This should be interesting. That asteroid they are drilling into is even more dense than you, Elsa. There's no way we can crack it. Only a station-class core mining beam can come even close. We'll have to grab the spill-off table scraps. I feel like such a transient.
This is a public service announcement.
No ship is too slow to scout for res. Keep an eye on how much cargo space your ships have. The more full the cargo bay, the slower your ship will go. And we're going to discover, that wasn't said in English actually, but we're going to discover that that full cargo bays really, really, really reduce one's maneuverability. Okay. Try not to run into the beam and just break the rocks. Excellent. Okay. Oh, not really full actually. Green res. And for the record, res is color-coded according to its mass. 1 unit of res is shown as green, 5 units as blue. We're going to see higher amounts later on. Let's see what they are then. Alright. You also may notice that the physics are fairly Newtonian, actually. They're not your usual sci-fi World War II fighter pilot scenario, but instead if you fly in one direction, essentially, and you stop flying, then you will keep going. You will maintain your momentum. Even if your aft thrusters aren't firing. In order to come to an actual stop, you either have to let your lessening velocity slow you down, or use your aft thrusters, which are used by S, to slow yourself faster. Alright. Now we have enough res to build the extra ship we're going to need. Plus, I was able to officially kick ass and salvage another hangar. We should be able to support 2 ships now. Way to pat yourself on the back there, Elsa. That being the good news, here's the bad news. The explosion all but wiped out our construction database, and nobody backed up the hard drive. Damn it! Luckily, I was able to recover the data for a single small fighter ship called a Dodge. I recommend we build a couple. Our current ships can't even cut butter, let alone stand up against any UTA ships. Finally, some progress. Let's see to it that we collect what we need to build 2 darts. We're not leaving until we have some ships fit for combat. Well, given how long I've been recording at this point, I am going to pause it there. Check the quality of the video, since this is my first video and I have to edit it. And I'll see you in the next episode.